passing under the Kennedy Expressway southbound on Western. Thank you. Good evening, everybody. This is Chris Habermill in Skywatch, and what you are seeing here live is an honors procession for a fallen Chicago firefighter, a veteran Chicago firefighter, 30 years on the job, did not survive a medical emergency that was suffered during training up in West Rogers Park, right on the 6600 block of North Kedzie, right about Kedzie and Wallen. So now that firefighter resuscitative efforts were done on the training ground, and unfortunately the individual who passed here, the uniform member, was taken to St. Francis Hospital and pronounced dead. The honors procession now is passing under the Kennedy Expressway southbound on Western Avenue. The ambulance 13 here, is under escort by a battalion chief. The engine company that was apparently out there in during the training exercise here, the home company, know exactly the individual's name, their rank, their company assignment, what role they were playing during the training scenario when the medical emergency occurred. But a very sad day here, of course, for the Chicago Fire Department. I've been a fire lieutenant and in the fire service for the last 20 years, and just did a little bit of training myself last weekend there, and so could speak from experience that training is strenuous, and it's strenuous on purpose. You want to be able to duplicate what you're going to be doing out on the fire ground once you get there, and you train hard to perform well. And that's what the Chicago Fire Department is renowned for doing. Training scenarios are very realistic, and they basically refresh all of the basic skills that you learn as a firefighter, depending on whether you're just on the job a short time, or still a probationary firefighter, or a veteran firefighter, depending on what your position is, your rank, whether you're a lieutenant, a company officer there leading the folks out there on the street, or you're in a more supervisory role. You're still going to be going through training in order to make sure that you blow the dust off, make sure that you're ready to go, that you're on your A game when you get out on the fire ground, because every fire is the same and every fire is different, but more different than anything else. Every building is different, every incident is different here, and that's just part of the job. Again, if you're just joining us here, we have an honors procession, unfortunately, on a beautiful, almost a summer-like afternoon here. The temperature and the sky condition has just been absolutely glorious, and unfortunately, we're talking about the loss of a veteran Chicago firefighter here who was in training up in West Rogers Park. What you're seeing here is the ambulance under escort going from St. Francis Hospital, where that member was taken after suffering a medical emergency during that training exercise, that training scenario, and they were taken to St. Francis Hospital in Evanston, and they were pronounced dead. So they are being taken from St. Francis down to the Cook County Medical Examiner's office under escort by the command staff and company officers here that were involved out in the training, and also their company members here are going to be escorting their brother or sister, we do not know, to the county medical examiner's office here. What you are watching is northbound Western Avenue has been basically allowed to be open. Southbound Western Avenue and has been closed off in advance of this procession. Now as we're getting further south here, they're also holding up some northbound traffic. Chicago Police helicopter, their air unit is up above here doing a kind of an advanced support role in order to call the Chicago ground units into position for all the cross streets here. We're getting down here just south of Milwaukee Avenue now, continuing south with that procession there. Just went under the CTA tracks. You got about a 1, 2, 3, about a 4 or 5 block procession here going down to the Cook County Medical Examiner's office, where more firefighters have gathered. They've got the ladders raised. You'll be seeing that in just a little while, symbolic of the entryway into heaven, into the reward that you get for honorable service here in Chicago and in life. So again, kind of a little bit of a recap here. About a little bit before 4 o'clock, about 3:45 or so, call went out from the 6600 block of North Kedzie. There was some live fire training that was going on. Chicago Fire Department was involved in that at right around Kedzie and Wallen. And a member took ill, resuscitative effort, CPR was begun, and that individual rushed off to St. Francis Hospital up in Evanston and was pronounced dead. They succumbed to whatever medical issue there was. So now the journey, the solemn journey, being led by your command staff in making sure that this individual is never alone. And that's one of the things that you're going to see in first responder line of duty honors processions such as this, when a firefighter or a police officer falls in the line of duty, and training is in the line of duty. They were on duty at the time, and they were in the course of their performance during the day, whether you're on the fire ground and fighting an actual fire, scene of a car crash, medical emergency, or what have you. You're detailed to go out to training. That's also in the line of performance of your duties during the day here. So going to have honors rendered to this individual here. We do not have an identity on the fallen firefighter as of yet, but they're said to be a 30-year member of the Chicago Fire Department. So a senior veteran member out here on the street that unfortunately did not survive an encounter with a medical emergency during training this afternoon. They will be taken to the Cook County Medical Examiner's office where they will be examined there and held before being transferred once again. Again, another honors procession after that to a funeral home and then services. So this is going to be an ongoing event here. This protocol where you have this individual being escorted by not only your senior staff, your ranking members of the Chicago Fire Department, but also the rank and file are out on the street, the company that was involved in the training here, their home company, also going to escort their colleague to the medical examiner's office. This is meaningful in the fact that from the very get-go, from the time that an individual succumbs, falls on the fire ground, gives the ultimate sacrifice in the performance of their duty, they are never alone. From the time that they took sick or were injured somehow, and unfortunately, if they did not survive, their fellow firefighters will be with them physically always, all the way to the graveside service, and then with the family afterwards. So we're thinking about the Chicago members of the Chicago Fire Department at this time. We're thinking about the family members here, those who have been notified already, and that is the worst call that any senior staff member can have to undertake there, to meet with the family and tell them face to face that their loved one is not coming home. But also immediately the reassurance is there that their loved one was not by themselves, will not be by themselves, will not be alone. The family won't be alone. Everybody will gather them up and make sure that they are feel as loved as humanly possible. This is a very personal loss for not only the fire department and the city of Chicago, who have lost another veteran firefighter here in the line of duty, unexpectedly, tragically, during a training scenario this afternoon, but also for, you have to remember the family, not only the family of brother and sister firefighters, not only here in Chicago, but the world over. This is a loss to all of us. And I say us just to let you know that I've been in the fire service for the last 20 plus years, and been a fire lieutenant for a number of years as well here, and also served in the capacity as training officer out at the Kirkland Community Fire District out in DeKalb County, Illinois. So speaking from experience, having served alongside some of the best firefighters in the business, having trained and been friends with and seen in operation some of the more legendary great firefighters in the city of Chicago here that went on to become trainers themselves, instructors, and legends in the fire service here, but every single company member that's out on the street. And you have to remember right now, too, those who may be watching this, maybe you're watching from a station, you're on duty right now, and feeling that gut punch that comes with unexpected news like this, but also the companies that you got to go out on the street. The emergencies don't stop because one of your brother or sister firefighters is not coming back. You have to get out there, and there's still going to be fires, there's still going to be car crashes, still medical emergencies, people, the citizens of the city of Chicago. Life doesn't stop. And so in order to render honors and make that balance between what is happening here, the celebration of a life well lived and duty well served, and also getting out there on the street and doing the job with this individual in mind, that's kind of a tall order. So think about everybody today. If you know a police officer, a firefighter, say hi to them. Get to know them. They're great people. And the one thing that you're going to find out here too, and as you can see, we're going in with the Skywatch here. Tyler at the controls, Camille on the camera here, and doing yeoman service, making sure we bring this procession to you in real time and in as complete a picture as possible. You see the engine company out front, battalion chiefs between, probably the district chief right in front, and not too terribly far away, the commissioner of the Chicago Fire Department, Annette Nance Holt, making sure that all of the rank and file know that the command staff stands by them and supports the family there in this terrible hour. But as they make their way south, just a reminder that just because you're in training, you're not going soft in training. That's where you want to make your mistakes. That's where you want to get out there and refine all of the things that you're doing here. And unfortunately, training is strenuous, and medical events do happen. And unfortunately, it has taken the life of a veteran firefighter this afternoon here. So you see companies on the street. There's a truck company, engine company was down there on the other side of that intersection we just passed here on Western Avenue. They've all come out. Word has gotten out that the procession is southbound toward the CCME's office here. We're now just south of Chicago Avenue, and the companies on the street will come out, line up, and render honors with a hand salute, come to attention as the procession passes by. You have to remember, just because you talk about instructors in the fire service and names that resound throughout the service of the city of Chicago, Albright, Orozco, Altman, and Hoff, just because you've got a notable name and are known because you've been a commissioner, your dad maybe was a commissioner, you've got several generations in the Chicago Fire Department. It's a generational thing, just like the police and law enforcement here in the city of Chicago. We've got a great tradition, a great history here, and a tremendous support system behind the scenes here. Also, the 100 Club of Illinois will be stepping up to help out the family with paying off bills and making sure that all the funeral expenses and everything, which are usually waived anyway, are taken care of. Make sure that the family knows that sacrifice, whether you're saving somebody on the fire ground and in some raging inferno, or a building collapse, or something happens, or just like what happened today. You've got a training scenario where, unfortunately, during the stress of that training, a medical emergency cropped up. At least that's the initial word that we're getting here, and you were unable to be brought back, unable to be resuscitated. Your brothers and sisters were at your side. You look up and you see the face of a friend. And that's the same thing that goes the service with the Chicago Fire Department, the police department, that you build a rapport with the community. You build a rapport with those that you're servicing. People that you've never met before, that you're never going to meet again, perhaps, that you come and you're ready to give the ultimate sacrifice there. You hope it doesn't come down to that, but that is what training is for, to mitigate those risks and make sure that when you get out on the street, that you're able to perform as well as possible. We're now just the lead cars just to the west of the United Center, heading south on Western Avenue, just crossing Damon here. We're just north of the Eisenhower, so we're just blocks away now from the reception at to receive the body at the Cook County Medical Examiner's office. For those of you who are just joining us, Skywatch is in position over Western Avenue, and we have an honors procession to the Cook County Medical Examiner's Office from St. Francis Hospital up in Evanston, where a 30-year member of the Chicago Fire Department succumbed to a medical emergency during training this afternoon up in West Rogers Park, up about the 6600 block of North Kedzie, almost out of the city. So well up north here. Just goes to show you that training, whether it's an acquired structure on the training ground at the academy or elsewhere, happens every single day. The Chicago Fire Department also maintains that you have to keep those skills fresh. You have to do recurrent training here in order to make sure that when you're out on the fire ground that you can perform. It was about 3:45 this afternoon. The call went out for a individual, a firefighter, that CPR was underway, unfortunately, and resuscitative efforts were not successful here. So that individual was taken to an area hospital, to St. Francis Hospital up in Evanston, and unfortunately did not survive. That being the case, now we have the command staff leading the procession here, joining in with companies from on the street that were training here this afternoon that were involved. They're now just about to the Eisenhower Expressway. The lead vehicles, the engine company, and now the ambulance on top of the Eisenhower at Western. And those people going home below, going home to work, you've got greatness passing overhead here. You've got somebody who has been in the service of the city of Chicago for the last 30 years out on the street as a Chicago Fire Department uniform member here, and they were doing their best with their brother and sister firefighters at training this afternoon, and unfortunately they were struck down by a medical emergency here and were unable to be brought back. We're just about half a block or so now from turning into the Cook County Medical Examiner's Office, turning onto Harrison now, which basically is the north end of the Medical Examiner's Office. And very shortly we'll be seeing the ladders raised in honor of the passing of this individual. Everybody has been brought to attention on the street here, so they are now coming to attention to render honors. And as we get further in here and you make that final approach, the final turn into the dispensing area here where you get into the actual CCME, the Cook County Medical Examiner's Office, and will be transferred to the medical examiner. You will see everybody come to attention and bring their arms up, bring their hands up in the hand salute here. The raised ladders, you'll see that the raised ladders here are on either side. These are academy rigs, and stretched between them the flag of the great United States, the first lead vehicles coming up here. And this symbolism, the crossed ladders, harkens to what the symbolism indicates: the entrance into heaven, the ascension of that individual from the streets here to their greater glory, thanks to their belief, their faith, and the powerful traditions here in the city of Chicago. You can see that the engine company has now made the turn. The field chief, battalion chief has made the turn, and now the body in ambulance 13 turning under the flag past the assembled uniform members here. Now your command staff filling in behind. They will make that turn, as so many fellow firefighters and police officers have now, into the parking area and the dispersal area at the Cook County Medical Examiner's Office here, just off of Harrison, just to the west of the medical district. Ambulance is now going to turn in. They're going to get into the parking area. Everybody else is going to get situated, and they will orient the ambulance with the back doors toward the receiving area at the medical examiner's office. You'll notice that there are high walls here, which is basically a privacy arrangement, so that individuals have some quiet time here. As a public servant, we're here to honor that individual, all the firefighters that are out on the street, the command staff from the city of Chicago, all of the first responders who are out there who may be watching this right now. For those of you who are in the houses here in the city of Chicago, those who may be watching on the stream anywhere in the country or at any of the fire departments, whether you're volunteer, paid on call, career firefighters, this hits where it hurts. This is something that you never want to see, but something that you have to be ready for, because it is a dangerous profession. Whether you're a firefighter running into a burning building, running toward danger rather than away from it, a law enforcement officer where every day, every moment could spell disaster, but you train for it. You train and make sure that you mitigate those risks so you can come home. But every now and again, something happens, and there's a police helicopter that's just flying past here. They've been doing service, making sure that the ground units, the Chicago police vehicles, have been running those rolling roadblocks here. The Chicago Police Department always been very supportive of their brothers and sisters out on the street that are performing the fire service functions here, doing fire suppression, search, rescue, and what have you, and your medical calls. Now that the procession has gone by, everybody has been dismissed from that location, and everybody's going to make their way over to witness the removal from ambulance 13 to the medical examiner's office. Everybody will form up behind, and they will stand in your rank and file. Your command officers, your chiefs will be up front here, and they will get into a position where you will have a small honors formation on either side of the entryway. So we'll position ambulance 13 here. They'll get the individual who is coordinating this, the chief that's coordinating this, working with the ambulance crew on where to park. Everybody will be called forward here now, and up underneath that kind of loading dock area. It doesn't look as romantic, but more functional, more utilitarian, but still just as important here. This is your intake end, the west end of the Cook County Medical Examiner's facility here on West Harrison. As the sun starts to go down here, the shadows are getting longer on this beautiful weather afternoon, but just a somber, awful feeling that you have this dichotomy of this. You have to try and wrap your mind around this, that you've got such a beautiful day and such an awful thing that has happened, and it kind of really plays with your emotions here. You're going to be getting lined up here, and the sun is going to be setting behind the cot, the stretcher that has the person who passed on there. And when they left the emergency room, the emergency bay at St. Francis Hospital, they were covered in the flag of the great city of Chicago. And you will see that when we open the doors on the ambulance here and the individuals brought out, everybody will come very slowly to attention. And the hand salute is not crisp. It is going to be very solemn, very somber, very slow. It's going to be a slow count to bring your hand up to the side of the corner of your cap there, or if you're not wearing a service cap there, if you're just a civilian, a hand on your heart here as that individual will be removed and taken into the Cook County Medical Examiner's office. And they will be here until being released to, after they determine the cause of death, they will be released to the funeral home and then on for honor services here. So that is well down the line. We're still in the very early stages of this. If you're just joining us right now, let's go ahead and circle back and kind of recap what you're seeing here and why, unfortunately, we're gathered once again at receiving the intake point at the Cook County Medical Examiner's office for a public servant here from the great city of Chicago. A 30-year firefighter, veteran firefighter, succumbed to a medical emergency. That's the first word that came out this afternoon. That was suffered during training up in West Rogers Park. They were taken to St. Francis Hospital in Evanston, and resuscitative efforts failed. They were not successful. So that individual, that uniform member, has passed, and now we have followed the honors procession all the way down to the medical examiner's office from St. Francis Hospital, and getting ready to receive the body of this individual here. Wish we could talk more about who this person is, and I refuse to use past tense. And here's the reason why. Being a firefighter, I've been on the street now for 20 plus years, along with my reporting duties at CBS, been a training officer, and been a fire lieutenant, and being out there with your members, you go to line of duty funerals, and you talk to the family, and you talk to their brother and sister firefighters. You get to know them. You feel kind of cheated that you never got to know them. They were great people during their lifetime, but this is also part of their story. And their story is going to go on. Their story is going to live not only with their family members, but every single person that served with them out on the streets in the city of Chicago. All the other firefighters that are here, not only in the city of Chicago, but around the world. All cut from the same cloth. All want to serve their fellow man. Make sure that when somebody's down on their worst day and they're calling for help, they call 911. They put up the white flag. They can't do it all on their own. They ask for help, and they get a friend that's going to come and give their level best. And so when all of this is going on here, from the time of their passing to right now and on further down on the story, when we get further into services and an official recognition by the citizens of the city of Chicago, and VIPs, dignitaries will come out and they will render their honors. Right now, this very granular level, what you're seeing right now, still very early on in this, where you've got that ice in your gut and the tear in your eye from what happened here, totally unexpected, as a person that you knew and loved and served under has now gone away. You're going to carry for the rest of your career not only just the memory of this day to kind of keep in the back of your mind, there, but for the grace of God, go I, that this could be me, this could be a part of my family, but this is part of you, and you're going to carry this individual and their service and their story with you in the rest of your career. So now we're seeing the body of this individual being pulled out on the stretcher. You'd see now in full view the colors of the city of Chicago. Everyone has come to attention. The hand salute now. Company officers, firefighters that knew this individual were served with them the closest are literally hands on the stretcher, and they're being brought to the door here. There will be prayer said here, as you can see that the gurney has stopped shy of actually going in. A few words from the fire department chaplain as everybody here is in reverent remembrance and honors being rendered to this individual who gave their life in the line of duty this afternoon during a training session on the north side in West Rogers Park here. So as the sun is going down, ambulance 13 sitting off to one side, the back doors were open to allow the body to be taken out and now be received by the Cook County Medical Examiner. Again, it's all official protocol. This is a way that unfortunately these things, when they do happen, this is how it takes place, whether you are a police officer or a firefighter. And we also have to remember the citizens of the city of Chicago as you're watching this, and you remember and you pay homage yourself watching this footage here to a first responder, a firefighter, a veteran firefighter, 30 years on the job per the Chicago Fire Department. We don't have a company assignment or where they were actually stationed or whether they were an officer on the street. We do not have that information yet, but we also have to be mindful, too, that every single person that's down there, all the firefighters, whether you're rank and file, you're a command officer, or you're senior staff here at the city of Chicago, they're thinking about you, too. And that during the day, all day long, every day, citizens come in and out here, that they're taken to the Cook County Medical Examiner's office without the fanfare, without the pomp and circumstance. But that doesn't mean that your life is any less important. We're marking this by virtue of the fact that this is a public servant that gave 30 years in service out on the street to take care of people that they do not know, had never met, will never meet again. So that takes a discipline and a type of individual of the highest order. So they have now been admitted to the Cook County Medical Examiner's office. The remains have now passed the doorway there. The body is now inside, and all of those who have formed up out here have been dismissed by the senior officer here who was calling for the hand salute, and now everybody will disperse. And now comes that kind of nether region where you're in shock. That this wasn't supposed to happen. Your line of duty deaths, whether you're out on the street taking care of a fire or a car crash or a medical emergency, and your first responder actually is the one who ends up needing the help. This is one of those things that's just one of those outliers. It happens, but it shouldn't. It does, but it really gets to you, and especially when you're in the training mode, you're in the training environment. You go out and you're trying to do your best to make sure that you hone your skills so that you're on your A game when you get out there on the fire ground, and you mitigate the risks and you make sure that you're good and healthy and ready to go. But sometimes things happen, and unfortunately you can't quantify it, you can't wrap your head around it. It's too soon to do that. So in the days and weeks to come and in the years to come, as we learn more about this individual and their service to the Chicago Fire Department, let's keep the family in mind here. Think about the firefighters that are out there that are going to be on the streets in the city of Chicago here. They're hearing about this right now, that they may know this individual, they may have served with them for the last 3 decades that they've been out on the street, or maybe not. Maybe they just have heard about them. They don't have a more up-close and personal relationship with them. As every single one of those people walks back to their rig, walks back to their cars, goes back to their respective assignments in their respective houses, they're going to be thinking in their mind, first of all, about their family, about going home. I want to go home. This isn't supposed to happen. But at the same time, they have that wherewithal, that resolve, that moral turpitude, that character that comes out in times like this to circle around and embrace each other and support each other, because the alarm's going to come in, and the tones are going to drop, or a bell's going to ring, and you're going to be out on the street, and you have to be in the right frame of mind to serve others. And that shows that strength of character that the Chicago Fire Department, Chicago Police Department, and first responders everywhere are known for. So as the sun goes down on what was a beautiful day today, gather up the family and talk to your loved ones and let them know how much they mean to you. All right? All right, that's all I've got, folks. We will be covering this, and we will be learning more about this individual here as the night goes along. Stay tuned for our commercial broadcast tonight on air at 10 o'clock, and keep it here on the stream, and we will endeavor to keep you up to date on this incident and the rest of the news of the day. There's a lot going on here in the city, the state, and the world. And for now, as we leave you with a picture of the great city of Chicago as the sun goes down on this Thursday evening, take care, everybody. And for those of you, your first responders out there, may God go with you. We're with you. And that individual and their family, we'll take it from here. Chris Habermill, CBS News, Chicago.